When we think of things that would grieve the Holy Spirit of God, we must consider the act of stealing from others in all aspects of the word. Good morning. This is Pastor Ernie Lewis of the Blue Point Church in Sisney, Illinois, with your thoughts for Thursday. There are a whole lot of wrong things that this world does with little or no remorse. One of them is stealing from someone else or stealing from their job, etc. Paul says in Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 25, "Let him who stole steal no more, but rather let him labor, working with his hands what is good, that he may have something to give to him who has need." Now, robbery is not a part of the Christian life. We don't rob banks. We don't hold up grocery stores and such and ride off into the sunset with a bag of loot. But what are we talking about here is complete honesty in all of our dealings. You realize whenever one person cheats on their taxes in order to preserve some of their hard-earned cash, they keep back from the government. It may feel good, but it is actually stealing from the IRS, which requires a portion of our earnings. The size or the value of the item is not really what determines whether it's actually stealing. There may be someone who takes small things from the workplace and thinks it's not a big deal. But you realize God sees everything that we do, knows that which we take is not really ours. Even when the store clerk misses an item at the cash register, places it in the bag without charging us for it, we can't think, well, that's just their bad luck. We must be honest. Some believe that rabbis in the early Jewish church thought that they took a Robin Hood attitude. It's okay to steal from someone if you're going to give it to someone else that really needs it. Well, even if we keep the incorrect change from the store, who mistakenly gave us too much, that's stealing. It is actually defrauding the store where we shopped. And I hope we never bear that attitude that says, well, they have so much, they will never miss it. Paul said, don't steal, but rather let him labor, working with his hands what is good. I think there is a great sense of satisfaction knowing that we have earned what we have. Besides, when we begin to pilfer small things from work or from others, that actually begins to grow. And our conscience actually becomes more and more accustomed to dishonesty, even in other matters. Even if no one ever knows that we took that item falsely, we know it. And more importantly, God knows it. I think this is the very picture of grieving the Holy Spirit of God when we feel no guilt for doing something wrong. He also mentions here the great benefit of working with our hands what is good. Not only can we better provide for ourselves and our family, but we can also help others. I personally believe that part of God's tremendous blessings on us is to allow us to be a blessing to another person in need. He told the rich young ruler, you need to go sell everything you have and give it to the poor. But he couldn't do it because he had that great love of his money. We should never be so greedy as to think that things that belong to us are just ours, or especially so greedy that would cause us to steal to obtain some things. Nor should we be so selfish that we cannot share God's blessings with others who have much greater needs.